Spider-Ham just came out, one of the first cards to ever come out straight to Series 4. So it's only 3,000 tokens instead of 6, and it is one of the best cards that has come out in a while, in my opinion anyway. It is early days, so we'll have to see. I wanted to go over 3 different builds that are doing great at the moment. They're all kind of focused around different collections. I tried to give them a little bit of variance so you can, you know, maybe just find one that works for you. But first, let's go over Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham is a 1/1 where on reveal you transform the highest cost card in your opponent's hand into a pig, keeping its power and cost. Ends up looking like this, an adorable pig. And the pig is just, you know, just a pig. He doesn't do anything. It just says oink. Let's say they have Galactus in their hand. All of a sudden, Galactus is going to turn into a pig that is a 6/7, has no on reveal. It's just a pig. Maybe your opponent was playing around She-Hulk. They were trying to get some She-Hulks out and, you know, reduce the energy cost of her. If she gets hammed, she's just a 6/9 pig. She doesn't actually get value. Her effect doesn't go off. So incredible card. Maybe the meta will end up shifting enough to the point where people are all running Infinauts. This is kind of like pig actually helps this card. You'd rather play a 6/20 pig than have to float an entire turn. But Spider-Ham so far has been very, very impressive for me. I would put it up there in the ranks of like Lad, Hawk, below HE at this point. Let's go ahead and jump into some of the decks. This is the most accessible one here. This I call Dino-Ham. It is essentially a Devil Dinosaur deck. Now, if you don't have Dark Hawk, well, I have other decks lined up for you as well. But you might be able to get by without the Dark Hawk. Maybe you have She-Hulk. You put She-Hulk instead. Then you can Moon Girl double up on your She-Hulk. But Spider-Ham just kind of fit in here perfectly. I actually removed a She-Hulk for the Spider-Ham, and it felt great because She-Hulk was a little bit awkward at times. But we are just using this as a disruption tool, mess up our opponents and also give us like a little bit of information. I think the information gathering from this is just a little bit underrated, or maybe it's not underrated, but it's like you get to see what your ham hits. Before this card came out, I thought you were just going to hit a random card. You knew you hit a card in their hand. You didn't know what it is, but now you know. Did you hit their Galactus? Did you hit their Null? What did you hit? It tells you. So good. So we have Corrigan here as well as Rock Slide so that we can get our Dark Hawk nice and big. And then we have Devil Dinosaur as well as ways to juice up our hands with Moon Girl, with Coulson. Sometimes your best play is just Moon Girl on 4. You get 2 copies of Dino. You play Dino on 5. You play Dino on 6 and you win. And of course you can play Spider-Ham before that. We have Cosmo here to protect our other cards. We got Shang-Chi here to kill those big things that you're going to be seeing lots of Hulks out there. Maybe you end up destroying a large pig. Zabu here to discount Darkhawk, Chi, Moon Girl, and Rock Slide. So a lot of value there. This is a pretty good deck. I will show an example of this at the end after I go through all 3 decks. We also have Ham Jaw He, HE for High Evolutionary. So we got Ham Jaw here. This is capitalizing on High Evolutionary. This is a big bad. People are seeing a lot of High Evolutionary on the ladder, and I think Ham actually fits perfectly into this deck that has been kind of top dog here. It's getting a little bit better with the inclusion of the Ham. But what we're doing here, we are playing Lockjaw and we're feeding things into it. Maybe you Lockjaw and then you put the Ham into it. It's going to hit one of their cards, cycle out. Maybe it pops out with a Doom or an Odin or a Magneto or something like that. You can also just wait. You play Lockjaw and then you Wasp into the Lockjaw. Maybe play Thor before. You can get Mjolnir. You can also draw the Mjolnir and the Wasp with the Jane Foster, and then you can feed those into the Lockjaw. Just a very, very good deck here that's relatively consistent. I mean, even Lockjaw on 3 into Jubilee on 4. The Jubilee is going to do her effect. Maybe pull out Magneto. Then maybe she'll cycle into another big card like a Hulk. And then you kind of just win. One of the top performing decks here. Really fun if you do like the Lockjaw playstyle. If you don't have High Evolutionary, you probably just want to drop him for maybe like a Giganto or something like that. Might be okay. You might want to drop Hulk for something like an Infinite. So the changes would probably be High Evolutionary out, Hulk out, plus Giganto, and plus Infinite if you don't happen to have those cards. But High Evolutionary definitely takes this a notch above the previous build, pre-High Evolutionary days. The last deck here is the one I've actually played the most, and I think there's a little bit of confusion around this one. It is an Iron Ham Bounce. If you have Hit Monkey, If you have Bast, I think this is going to be one of your best choices. The Beast recently got changed to a 3/4. Doesn't seem to matter, and this deck is just really good. You can use Bast to hit almost anything and get great value. Hitting your Kitty, your Ham, your Angela, your Monkey, your Mysterio ends up turning into like a mini Doom almost. Hitting your Bishop, hitting your Iron Man is huge. Iron Man just being a 5/3 that doubles your power, kind of just slamming down on 5, and he kind of just wins whatever lane you do end up putting him in. Originally, before Spider-Ham, this deck was running Iceman. So if for some reason you don't want to play Ham, you can put Iceman in instead of the Ham. Iceman is great to bounce with your Beast and play again. Ham will often just end up pigging the same target. At least in my experience, I play Ham, it hits something, I bounce him, I played him again. It turned the same pig into a pig again. So that's random. It's a bit of variance, but generally most of your value is just going to come from the first time you do play Ham. This deck is a lot of fun. It's very skill testing and very rewarding in my experience. There's a lot of turns where you just do nothing, and then all of a sudden you just do all these crazy big plays, do Mysterio, Ham, and hit Monkey on turn 5, and then on turn 6, maybe you do Iron Man and Kitty Pryde or something like that. But yeah, really been enjoying this one. I think I've won, I don't know, 10 games so far. This is actually one of the top decks out there. I think it might be the most popular deck out there with Ham. I did make a video on this earlier, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jump into a game here for Dino-Ham, Hamjaw, and then Iron Ham Bounce. I will just, you know, I have a video on my main YouTube channel, Snapster, if you do want to check that out. That would be cool. But yeah, definitely, you know, consider maybe maybe saving your points, see if this is something that you do want to get. I personally think like maybe High Evolutionary might be a better pickup at the moment, but who knows if they're gonna change that card. Jeff, also a great pickup, and Iron Lad, another great pickup. Darkhawk, another great pickup. But Ham is kind of in there in that upper echelon of things to consider. So yeah, that's gonna be about it. Let's jump into those games. Okay, just draw Ham. Okay, that's not Ham, that's fine. I do like getting the rock out there early. That's pretty good from the Korg. You want to get it out as soon as possible, so they have a high chance of drawing it, right? Then we get the Ham off the top. Oh wow, we did. Okay, Olsen left is pretty good. I honestly don't have that many cards that get great value out of Shuri's. Olsen will be 8, which is just under Shang range, and then we will be able to get discount on those from Quinjet as well as Elysium. This is probably a game where you want to snap. I'm not going to snap because I'm worried if I snap they'll leave, and I just want to show you guys how to play Ham. So we will play Ham this turn, and you will see the effect. We're going to be able to see what Ham hits. This is super, super important, incredibly valuable. We hit their hole. Okay, I mean, like that's so good. We have that information now in our brain, right? That Hulk is not a concern, really. Those rocks are, though. I don't hate playing Lad. Lad can hit a lot of great things. I think I do want to float for collapsed mine value. So I'm going to opt to play nothing here. As do they. We do have priority, so I can do a Cosmo mid. Not sure if that's the line I necessarily want, though. I kind of like Zabu right, kind of like Claw left. Claw left, again, 8, kind of avoiding the Shuris. Maybe we end up Shanging. I think next turn, we'll see what happens. Maybe we draw Hawk or Mystique or something. We could play Lad, though, and Lad could hit Mystique. Yeah, I want to leave it open for Shang-Chi. So Shang-Chi just going to get insane value left, like no matter what. Unless they play a Cosmo there somehow. Oh my gosh. I think I Lad, man. Lad here could hit Mystique, meaning we get Claw. Or it hits Rockslide or Dino. And I think we also Moon Girl. I could Chi now, but I would like a double Chi, and then I can play to multiple lanes. Again, this is a situation where you can snap, but I'm not going to. Hits the Hawk. Insane value. And then we're going to top deck Kuno. So that's a big pig, I'll tell you what. We do have... This is really gross. We have priority, so that kind of sucks. We might not win mid. This is incredible, right? And since we do have priority, this will block any Shang-Chi. They have 4 in their deck. It's going to be 8. We just win all lanes, I think. If I was a gambling man, I'd feel very confident right now. Pretty good. And that Ham getting rid of the Hulk could have been the deciding factor, honestly. It's very good. The Jubilee doesn't go off because we played the Cosmo. Oh, okay, well that does happen, but it doesn't end up mattering at all. That was pretty good. That was a great game, actually. Ham value, everything value, Quinjet value. Hamjaw ideally gets fed into Lockjaw. I'm gonna go ahead and wait here. There's no real benefit to playing it on 1. We don't have anything to play on 2. If I draw Lockjaw, we're gonna want to play in there, right? So again, I'm gonna kind of do nothing here, just in case we do draw Lockjaw. An Angela, okay. Lockjaw? No Lockjaw. God, it's a little scary to play anything right. I could Ham here, into a Jubilee, into a Jane, into a Doom or something like that. That could be good. We'll get into this because we definitely don't want Aunt Maze to hit it into Space Throne. That would suck. Let's see if that happens to them. Okay, that was a really good Ham. I think Monica might... Monica? Monica, hello? Okay, so there's a Lockjaw, a little too late. I'm gonna go ahead and Jubilee mid. Lockjaw just not gonna get value in this game, and that's okay. We'll adapt and overcome. I will say, Okoye is very large at 5, so I'm probably gonna have to commit my Jane Foster here. Hopefully this pulls Thor. That'd be fantastic. Okay, pulls our smallest card. Completely fine. And then we drew our Wasp. Wow. I just don't know what to say here. Do I want a Magneto left? Just for a big card left on the last turn. It's a possibility. I'm gonna go ahead and just Jane here, which is gonna pull nothing. But what else am I doing? I can't really Lockjaw right. So this will just win mid. Oh, wow. Okay, Monica. Interesting. Well, maybe this wasn't the best now. I really didn't expect the magic. I'm not complaining, but I am very surprised. Maybe they play left. I don't know. I can pull here and pull their Moon Girl, which actually kind of helps them. I don't hate the Chavez right. We do have Hulk in our deck somewhere. So maybe we're just going to play Magneto, right? He's just going to be big. I'm okay with that. Okay, well, I feel like we're gonna win this one. We 100% have a chance of getting Hulk here with the Lockjaw Wasp. And I think we can Thor beforehand if we want to, which will pull Hulk right, and then we are just guaranteed a win. So maybe this, actually, no, we can't do that. This will pull, what's his name? Hulk? And then Thor will just add a little bit of power. I could put him left, but honestly, there's no point. I just want to win right by, or kind of guaranteed. So this is very good ordering, and I don't see a way that we lose this one. Even that doesn't lose it. I mean, the double Cosmo is pretty cheeky. But this still, she won't fire, but she will pull Hulk, guaranteed. Hulk's a big boy. And there you go. That was a good one as well. Smooth sailing. I feel like things didn't go great, but I think the Ham hitting She-Hulk was very good. It kind of ruined their Moon Girl, right? That's kind of shows the power of Ham. I think one of the things about Ham is you don't really realize how impactful he is at times. They never played their Ham, right? Because I mean, we smacked She-Hulk and they never played it. Kind of reminds me of Rocks, where maybe they draw the rocks, but they never played them, so you don't realize. You're like, I won, but did you win because they drew a rock instead of their card? Who knows? Who knows? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up or whatever, and I'll see you next time.